already, I do suggest putting them into some kind of quick shutter settings, sport mode if you have it, or taking those photos in a burst mode. Those animals will be moving and we will be moving as well. Now do hold on extra tight to those personal belongings, for I am not permitted to stop and retrieve anything that may fall off of the truck. Now if something does happen to fall off, just let me know. I'll call the warden and have them retrieve it for you. Though I can't promise to receive those items in the same shape that you dropped them in. So just make sure you hold on extra tight. Now it is important that everyone remains fully seated at all times through our journey. That does include during our animal stops, and this does include children. Parents, please do not allow children to stand up on the seat, stand up on your lap, and please do not hold those children up into the air like Simba. Now we've entered into the Little Ituri Forest, and forest is the key word. You can see that this area is heavily wooded. There are a lot of trees and shrubs through here, and the animals that are found here in the forest do have really great camouflage for blending in. So sometimes they are a little bit hard to spot out there. Now they're also pretty shy and do prefer to spend their time in hiding, so we'll keep a sharp eye out for them. Now onto that left-hand side, in the back left corner, there is an eastern black rhino there. Now they do have 2 horns and are being poached for these horns. Now because of poaching, there are less than 5,000 eastern black rhinos left. Now with the western black rhinos being extinct, these eastern black rhinos are facing the same threat of extinction. Now there is an eastern black rhino a little bit closer to us here. He is just taking a little snooze there. Now rhinos are actually being poached because some cultures believe their horns have a medicinal property. They're actually only made out of keratin, which is the same protein that makes up our own hair and fingernails. So they don't have any medicinal property. Now to this left-hand side here, you'll see some bongos. They're kind of spread out through the brush here. Bongos are also called the ghosts of the forest because they're actually rarely seen and rarely heard. Now, both the male and the female bongos have horns, but it's still very easy to tell them apart. Now, each horn will complete one spiral. Male's horns spiral outwards away from each other, and the female's horns spiral inwards towards each other. Now here to the left at the top of the hill, there are some more bongos up there, including a little baby bongo. You see little baby doesn't have horns, you'll see it. Now you'll also see at the top of the hill out there some lighter tan animals. Those are greater kudu. Greater kudu are the largest antelope in the forest, standing at about 55 inches tall at the shoulder, with the horns on the males growing to be 72 inches long. So those greater kudu there were females. Now we are leaving the Little Ituri Forest and entering the Safi River, where we may see Africa's most dangerous animal, the Nile hippopotamus. Now hippopotamus translated means river horse, so we'll keep our eyes on the water since hippos typically spend their day in the water sleeping. This is to escape the heat. Oh, looks like there is a hippo in the back right corner of this river here, in the water, hiding down there in the back right corner. Now we might see some more through here, so keep an eye on the water. They'll spend their day in the water to escape the heat, but they are nocturnal, so they will sleep during the day and become more active at night, coming out of the water to graze along the banks at night. Now we're actually going to cross the river right here. We'll take a look out to our left-hand side. You might see some hippos through this area. Now they can stay underwater for up to 8 minutes without needing to come up for air, so keep an eye out for them. Now throughout the river, you'll see some whitish gray pelicans. These are the pink-back pelicans. And they get their name from the pink coloring that will appear on their backs during mating season. And these birds are very social, living in colonies between 20 and 500 pairs. Now hippos can actually run up to 35 miles per hour on land. They are very fast and very territorial, which is why they're classified as the most dangerous animals found in Africa. Now here to this left-hand side, you'll see the Nile crocodiles. The Nile crocodile is the largest crocodilian species in Africa, reaching lengths of up to 20 feet and weighing up to 500 pounds. They are carnivores, which means they are meat eaters, and they have enough strength in their jaws to easily crush the bones of their prey. Now it is pretty common to find crocodiles on the bank with their mouths open, and they do this because they are cold-blooded reptiles, which means they can't regulate their body temperatures internally like we warm-blooded mammals do. So this is just their way of coping with the surrounding air temperature and releasing excess body heat. Since reptiles also can't sweat stay cool like we can. Now we are leaving the Safi River and we're about to enter an entirely different ecosystem. But first, take a look at this tree to your right-hand side. This is the baobab tree, also called the tree of life and the upside down tree because it does look like it was planted upside down. To conserve water, this tree will only hold leaves for 3 months out of the year. So for the other 9 months, it is completely leafless. Now we will see some more of these baobab trees here today and some that are much, much larger than that one there. But right now, friends, we have the best view of the reserve. This is the savannah. Now right at the bottom of this hill to that right hand side, you'll see the springbok. Now those springbok are all fully grown. They're one of the smallest antelopes, standing at about 3 feet tall. Now they get their name because when frightened, they can spring straight up into the air 6 feet and 13 feet forward, which is quite a leap for an animal that's only 3 feet tall. And that looks like we'll get another view of those springbok on our journey. We'll keep an eye out for more of them though. Now a lot of the animals here on the savannah are migratory species. They'll travel long distances across grasslands. They also could be anywhere out here, so we'll keep an eye out for them. But to that left-hand side, in the back right corner on the cave, there is a spotted hyena. Let's come around a little bit closer. Oh, there's 2 of them on the top of the cave. Now, spotted hyena clans are dominated by the females, which means the lowest ranking female will still outrank the highest ranking male. Now, they are nocturnal, so they tend to be more active at nighttime. They tend to be more vocal at night as well, with 11 different vocalizations. Now, it's actually a myth that spotted hyenas are only scavengers. They actually do a lot of their own hunting. Smaller prey by themselves, and larger prey like zebras and wildebeest when they hunt as a clan. Also, to this left-hand side in the back, you'll see the sable antelope, and they are the symbol for the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Born a light sandy brown color, their coats will get darker as they get older. Females stay at a reddish brown. Males can be as dark as jet black. Now, sable antelope herds are typically females, they're young, and 1 dominant male. And that dominant male will be the darkest of the herd, so he's easy to spot. Now, also out to this right-hand side, you'll see a giant termite mound. We'll continue to see these all across the savannah. They do come in all shapes and sizes, with some reaching heights of 30 feet. And the termite mounds are made of soil, saliva, and dung. Many animals use them as scratching posts, and others use them as lookout points to watch for predators. Now, though seemingly solid, these termite mounds are actually very porous, which allows air to flow through them, creating their own air circulation system. Now, we'll get another look at the little springbok to the right-hand side of the path here. Now, these little springbok are one of the fastest animals on the savannah, running up to 55 miles per hour. They'll also do something called pronking, which is a mixture of both running and jumping. Now up ahead, you'll see a large herd of gray animals. Those are all white-bearded wildebeest, also called the gnu, spelled G-N-U because of the grunting sounds that they make. Now, it looks like at the top of the hill, there's also an Ankole cattle up there with massive horns. There's a few of them here on this hill as well. Now, those horns grow to be about 6 feet in length. And of course, to the right-hand side, there is a tower of giraffes. Now, giraffes are the tallest animals in the world, reaching heights between 18 and 20 feet. And at birth, the calves are already 6 feet tall. So even as newborns, they're taller than the average man. Now, the horns on those cattle grow to be about 6 feet in length, but they are hollow on the inside, which makes them pretty lightweight. This allows blood to run through their horns and release their excess body heat. So it's kind of like having your own personal air conditioning units right on top of your head. Now, it looks like we'll see some more giraffes out towards the right-hand side, just past this acacia bush here. Looks like some Patterson's elands on the hill there to the left of the path as well. They're a little bit hidden up there. Now, giraffes will only spend about 30 minutes a day sleeping, but they don't do this all at one time. They'll actually sleep in about 5-minute intervals throughout the entire day. and then spend the majority of their time eating. Now, we may continue to see all of these animals on the savanna, including the giraffes, but the fallen broken trees here on either side of the path mean we may see some elephants in this direction. Elephants are the bulldozers of the savanna, and they'll bulldoze trees down to get the leaves from the top or when using them as scratching posts. When you see some fallen broken trees like this, it's a pretty sure sign elephants have been in the area. Now it looks like out to that left-hand side, way in the back, you can spot a mandrill lying on the ground, not lying on the ground, but sitting on the ground in the back right corner of this hill here. Now there's a few more up ahead here to this left-hand side, right in front of this giant bush in the back right corner. Now mandrills are the largest of the monkeys, with males weighing up to 100 pounds. Now you may know a very famous mandrill. He goes by the name Rafiki from The Lion King. Now it looks like out to the right hand side in the back right corner, there is an elephant hiding back there. Way in the back right corner. Now it does look like this elephant is traveling alone, which is a pretty good indication that this is a male. Males will typically break off from their herds between ages 13 and 15 and either travel the savanna alone or form bachelor herds and travel together. Now because we saw a male elephant, we may actually find a much larger female herd up ahead, since males will typically hang around the outskirts of female herds. So we'll keep an eye out for more elephants, and we'll look for some clues to see where they've gone. Now on either side of us here, we found some red clay. Now I do see footprints through this area. And to the right hand side, there are some test marks in the clay walls. Looks like elephants have definitely traveled through here. Now this red clay contains some minerals and nutrients that aren't found in an elephant's everyday plant diet. So they'll gouge chunks of this red clay off with their tusks and they'll eat it. Gives them the nutrients that they need, but it's also a nice snack for them as well. I don't spot the herd just yet, but we do have some more ground to cover, so we'll keep it out to that left-hand side. Now, elephants don't have any natural predators in the wild. Now, there's the herd out to that left-hand side, so let's get a better look. Now, their only enemies are humans. Poachers hunt elephants for their long ivory tusks, and because of poaching, elephants are being killed at a rate of about 96 every day. Now, there's a giraffe there, that right-hand side. Now, even though we don't have elephants in our own backyards, we can help them at home by doing little things like recycling and recycling old electronics. Your cell phones contain a metal called coltan that makes them small and portable. Mining this metal is destroying the elephants' homelands. So by recycling your old electronics, you reduce the need to mine coltan, and you can save the elephants and their homes. Now, there's a little baby elephant up ahead there. Little baby is really teeny tiny, but still weighs over 1,000 pounds, with the adults weighing up to 14,000 pounds. Now, based on little baby's size, I'd say baby is somewhere between 1 and 2 years old. They'll weigh up to 300 pounds at birth. Now, looks like we'll get another look at the elephants around the corner here, so we'll keep an eye out to the left-hand side for them. But here to the left, we have found a flamboyance of flamingos. These are the greater flamingos. They are the lightest pink color of the flamingo species, and they get that pink coloring from brined shrimp they filter feed out of the water. It's actually a buildup of beta-carotene in their feathers. They'll hatch out a light gray color with black bills and black legs and turn fully pink at about a year old. Now, as they get older, greater flamingos will lose their pink coloring and turn white, which is very similar to how our own hair turns white or gray as we get older.
Oh, que bonitinho! Olha, mais elefante!
Now, it looks like up ahead there is a crash of white rhinos right next to the path, so let's see if we can get a good view of them. Now, there's also a big mud pit. Ooh, to the right-hand side, there's some ostriches over there. Now they are the largest of the birds, standing between 6 and 9 feet tall. They're too heavy to fly, but can run up to 40 miles per hour. Now they weigh about 300 pounds. Now we'll see if we can get a good look at the white rhinos up ahead. They'll wallow in these mud pits to stay cool, but that mud cakes right onto their skin and acts like a natural sunblock for them. So they're almost always entirely covered in mud. Now also here to this left-hand side on the hill, there's a cheetah right on the front hill here. Now cheetahs are the fastest running land mammals, reaching speeds of up to 70 miles per hour in only 3 seconds. Now they really only run in very short bursts to prevent themselves from becoming overheated. Now you'll see these white rhinos are massive, weighing over 5,000 pounds and standing at around 6 feet at the shoulder.
Look at these guys,
Now they do have really poor vision, so they won't be able to see us too well, but they do have excellent hearing. Their ears act as satellite dishes and they'll rotate around to find the source of the sounds they're hearing.
He's gone now.
So we're gonna creep slowly by.
Cuidado, amor, que assim. Eu tô com medo.
That's a lot of mud.
Ele vai atravessar a rua? Ah, ele vai atravessar a rua. Ele tá no meio da rua. Tá comendo matinha.
Looks like they're not showing the male with the males.
What? Like, where are they?
They're in a different one.
É, que eles estão mais pertinho. Bye, bye. Rinos. Muito bom. Foi os bichos mais legais até agora.
Now we may see some more white rhinos through here, so we'll keep an eye out for them, but they are pretty easy to spot. Now up to this